Once upon a time, in a small, isolated town nestled deep within a dense forest, there stood an old, abandoned mansion. The townsfolk whispered stories about the mansion, tales that sent shivers down their spines and made their hearts race with fear. It was said that the mansion was cursed, haunted by the restless spirits of a family who had met a gruesome fate within its walls. No one dared to venture near it after dark, for the nights were said to come alive with chilling screams and eerie whispers that carried on the wind. One fateful evening, a group of curious teenagers decided to test their courage and unravel the mysteries surrounding the mansion. Among them were Emma, the daring leader, Jack, the skeptical skeptic, Rachel, the thrill-seeker, and Ben, the nervous one who reluctantly agreed to tag along. As they approached the imposing structure, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over them. The mansion's windows were shattered, and its once grand facade had crumbled into a decayed mess. A dilapidated front door creaked ominously as they pushed it open, revealing a pitch-black interior. Reluctantly, they entered, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the decaying walls. The air was heavy with a musty odor, and the faint sound of footsteps echoed through the empty halls. It was as if the mansion itself were alive, watching their every move. As they ventured deeper into the mansion, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. Whispers filled their ears, growing louder and more distinct. Emma's heart pounded in her chest as she led the group towards a grand staircase, its steps groaning with every footfall. They climbed the stairs, each step causing their nerves to fray further. At the top, they discovered a door partially ajar, emitting an eerie, flickering light. Curiosity consumed them, and they pushed the door open, revealing a room filled with old portraits of a family, their eyes seeming to follow their every move. In the center of the room, a worn-out diary lay open on a dusty table. As Emma reached out to touch it, a chilling gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic set in as they stumbled in the dark, searching for a way out. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, causing their hearts to leap into their throats. The room was now illuminated by a ghostly light, revealing the ghastly figures of the long-dead family, their faces twisted in agony and despair. Terrified, the group ran through the halls, desperately trying to find an escape from the mansion's clutches. But the house seemed to have a mind of its own, its layout shifting and changing, leading them deeper into its labyrinthine corridors. Their screams echoed through the mansion, mingling with the tortured cries of the spirits that haunted its halls. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, they stumbled upon a hidden passage. Without hesitation, they dashed through it, the air growing lighter and the sounds of anguish fading into the distance. Gasping for breath, they emerged outside, the first rays of dawn peeking through the trees. As they looked back at the mansion, its windows stood dark and lifeless. It was as if the nightmare had been erased, leaving no trace behind. The teenagers vowed never to speak of their horrific encounter, their lives forever changed by the terrors they had witnessed. The cursed mansion would remain a haunting memory, a reminder that some secrets are best left undisturbed, and some places are better left forgotten in the shadows of the past.